Alright, so I'm doing a video here on what happened with my OpenPPG sp140 controller when I tried to do the 5.4 firmware flash. Okay, so I'm going to run you through exactly the steps that I did and then kind of give an explanation of what happened, and then I'm going to try the same thing with another laptop in case something's wrong with my laptop. So basically, the controller's been working fine since the day I got it. I haven't tried to flash any other firmware or any other builds to it or anything at all. This is the first time that I tried to update the firmware. So I came over to the OpenPPG sp140 configurator page, okay? Then I went up here to sp140 configurator. I guess that's the page I'm already on. Then I connected my device. So the controller at the time of the update still had the cable running to the ESC plugged in, but there was no battery connected to the paramotor or to the ESC. So I'm just going to go ahead and plug this in. Here we go, it's plugged in. You can see it didn't really do anything, but the previous time it did. It powered on, the screen came on, it said battery error because the battery wasn't connected. Everything was kind of how I expected. And then over here I clicked connect, which now clicking connect doesn't find any compatible devices. But last time, I mean, it did. And then I came down here to the firmware version. It said 5.3. And I clicked the reboot in update mode button, which I'm going to click now. I don't expect it to do anything because the controller is a brick. See, it's really not doing anything. It did reboot in update mode, and at that point I didn't take any of this firmware because this isn't the 5.4 firmware that I wanted. I downloaded the 5.4 firmware from the forum post that had it linked on GitHub, but I'll show you the file that I got. It's over here on my PC. So over here in the temp folder, I put it over here under sp140 under 5.4 firmware. Okay, so this is where I copied the file to. Here it is. You can see 423. That's the day that's the day the firmware was made. I did the update last Friday, so that would have been on the 29th is when I attempted the firmware update. So what did I do? I took the file, I copied it. Actually, no, that's not what I did. First, the controller had showed up, under my devices, kind of right here. I went in there and I took all three files out of the folder that had appeared, and I copied them under sp140 to current firmware. Okay. So here's my three files that were on the controller, and I copied them off. Actually, I cut them from the controller. So, and I believe this is what my mistake was, is that I cut the files they deleted from the controller. I still have them as a backup right here because I figured maybe I should do a backup of the current firmware in case something goes wrong. Then I went to 5.4 firmware. I copied this file and I pasted it on the controller, and then I think as soon as I did that, it rebooted and I saw the controller come up successfully while still connected to the USB, and I saw the new boot screen that showed 5.4, and the controller came up and again showed battery error, not connected, but everything looked fine. Then I unplugged the controller, I unplugged it. I didn't, here's what else I didn't do. I didn't eject the drive from my PC, like I probably should have as well. I didn't right click and do an eject. I just unplugged it because everything had already come up and it was fine, and I wasn't in the middle of the firmware flash or the copying any files. And then I buttoned up the machine, and I took it out to the field, and that's when I plugged in the battery for the first time. I didn't actually even plug in the battery to the controller after the firmware update until I got out to the field. And when I got out to the field, I plugged the battery in. Just like now, the controller does absolutely nothing. It just would, the ESC would beep continuously. The controller never came on. So I came back. I've since tried plugging it in here. Let's do this one more time. And doing the double press on the reset button. I'm gonna press it right now with this temperature probe. Nope, it's too big. We'll use maybe this Smitty. Double press. Doesn't really do anything. Rapid double press doesn't really do anything. Hold doesn't really do anything. So yeah, that's the state that I'm in. So let's give this a try with another laptop, just in case something about my computer is causing an issue. Here we go. We've got another computer. My soldering station fell over. So we're gonna plug this in. Try the double press. Oh, first we'll see if it booted the drive. Okay, not looking good. The drive didn't show up. No LEDs are on. Let's try the double press. Lots of press. Nope. Not doing anything. So, okay, let's try another cable. We've got another cable. Here's a totally different cable. This cable, this long one, is actually the one I did the firmware flash with. This is a different one I'm already trying. So, let me lose this cable. Get this one. Okay, here we go. We're plugged in with the other cable now. The one that I did the firmware flash with. Nothing is happening. Let's do the double press. Nope. Let's go to the configurator. And see if I can reboot in update mode. Oh, that's not what I wanted. How do I get to the configurator? Config. Oh, I tried configurator. Okay, let's go sp140. Connect. Yeah, see, still no device found. Still no LED. Still no screen. Still no double press. So that's what I did. That's the spot that I'm at now. I really need some help, guys. I really want to get this firmware flash undone and get the old firmware back on, or just figure out what I need to do to unbrick this. I researched my issue just as far as the the Adafruit Feather board is concerned, and someone pointed me in the direction of getting a J-Link, which is what I got right here. Or sorry, this is a U-Link, and then this kit of different SWD cables. And I do see that the board has on it the SWD breakout pins connector right here. Oh, sorry, right there. This little guy right there. So I haven't tried yet to flash the bootloader back to the board. I'm kind of nervous. I don't really know what I'm doing. I've never done that before, but it seems like my only hope at some kind of a successful fix, unless you guys have some more ideas or can help me figure out what's going on with the board. So I appreciate it. Thank you. Hit me up on email if you have any more ideas before I try this. I don't think I'm going to get around to it yet tonight or tomorrow, but maybe this weekend I will. So hit me up before then, and I'm welcome to, I'm going to try any other fixes that you have any ideas on. So thanks.